Yeah, what's up with y'all, boys and girls, man? Hey, it's Jay Briggs here on this beautiful money-making Sunday. Here at the PickDawgz Morning Show, y'all know the drill, man. We live 365 just to let you guys know our thoughts, opinions, and how we see today's action playing out. It's February 1st, man, so you know what that means. New month, new goals, new opportunities, man. Let's make it our best month ever yet, man. I got a good crew of guys with me here to break down today's action on this money-making Sunday. No football, man. Feels weird. Feels weird. But we got a lot of hoops today. Good amount of hoops. Not NBA got a really good card, so I'm ready to break it down. Brian Biller, what's happening? How you doing?
Yeah, I like today's card better than yesterday's. It might be smaller, but I think for me, there's more betting opportunities. Yesterday, I started at 0-2, losing on Cincinnati Bearcats and Ohio State. Houston really stood out to me as how good they are, well coached. They don't stop playing even when they're up by 20. And then I came back and cashed the Indiana Pacers for my best bet. UAB came through Nashville. So 3-2, can't complain, ready to move on to today.
Moving on to money making Sunday, the first day of February. Rod Zawacki, what's happening?
Well, not too much. It was 2 and 3 day for me. So we got our best bet in the NBA. Hornets been printing me money this season. Can't complain about those guys. Roll along ATS covers for the Hornets. So NBA has been good. Yeah, all aboard the hype train with the Hornets, but absolutely money has been that Hornets squad winning again yesterday. So can't complain about that. I dropped it with the Islanders. Figured the Islanders good spot. Crashville. Well, don't worry, they'll Crashville down the stretch. They won't make the playoffs. Make that bet now. Nashville will not make the playoffs this season. They are that bad, and they will tank at the end of the season. It is what it is. There's just too many teams that are above Nashville in the West that will sneak into a playoff spot. So, congrats, Nashville. Sorry, Romanellis. Their team stunk yesterday. They got up 2-0, and then they just gave that thing away. What the heck was that? Hammer down. You're up 2-0. You shouldn't give that thing away, but they did. It is what it is there. And that one, and then 1 and 2 in college basketball. Kansas was a good one. Who got me? Oh yeah, that's right. The late one with Gonzaga couldn't hit a free throw, but he couldn't hit a free throw down the stretch. He hits those 2 free throws at the end. They win by 10, and I get the cover. Is what it is. That's college basketball, though. It comes always right down to those free throws at the end. I don't know. It looked like he missed it on purpose. I think he had his. I think he had the Ike, Graham Ike.
I love when an 89% free throw shooter goes to the line and clanks them. And you're thinking, what the hell's going on?
What's going on here? Did Graham Ike have St. Mary's plus the 9.5? I think he might have, but it is what it is there to finish that one, because it was just one of those bouncing around crazy, turning back over. It was like that looked pretty rigged to me, because then you were foul a couple times down the stretch. You're down by 8, right? Why are you fouling with 20-something seconds left? It's just one of those spots where, and then Gonzaga did get up by 10 and you fouled again. It was like, oh, okay, you're just trying to get the cover. So here's what it is there. We've seen that plenty of times in college basketball. We'll see it plenty more times.
On to today, man.
On to today. Yep. On to today.
Javon, what's happening?
Hey, what's going on, Jay? Yeah, not a good day for me yesterday. I was on Cincinnati, and with that game in particular, I went against one of my cardinal rules, which is backing a team on the road who doesn't know how to shoot the damn ball. And that's just that's one of the things that bit me in the ass yesterday. I went against some of my principles, and every single time it was time for money time, last 5 minutes, and not that game, because that game was over from jump. But there were other games where money time came and these teams just didn't perform. So, the handicap was there. It's just the execution part for these teams were not there. And they were, prime spots, situational spots that I particularly love up and down the board. I did cash on, my big game hunter play, Kansas. They almost tried to give it away. They were trying to hand BYU the game, but they ended up reeling it back in and got the job done. Gonzaga under, for late night. As the day progressed, like into the nighttime, things got a little bit better. Got a couple back, but yeah, from 2 o'clock to 3 o'clock, it was ugly for me.
Man, college hoops, I felt like overall yesterday was a bloodbath. Luckily for me, I wasn't all that invested in college hoops. I just had one play, and I lost that one. I had Vandy laying the points on Ole Miss. I thought they were going to woodshed them boys. They won, failed to cover. So that was the only one I had in college hoops yesterday. But other than that, it would have been an ugly day for me in college hoops. I went 2-2 yesterday. Overall, I went 2-1 in the NBA. I dropped my best bet. I had the Rockets. They so garbage, bro. I'm tired of them. Anyways, they won, failed to cover. Mavs hung around. Something they haven't done a whole lot on the road this season, but it was all right there. Still was a profitable day because we had Charlotte outright money line, all aboard the hype train, and then also had the Indiana Pacers plus the points. That line just told you what you needed to know in that one. And I kind of feel like there's a couple of those spots today in the NBA, so talk about them, break them down, man. It's money-making Sunday, first day of February, man. Again, new month, new goals, new opportunities. Let's start the month off on the right foot, ladies and gentlemen. Let's do it. We're going to start our day. We're going to start our day in college hoops. That's what we'll do. We'll start in college hoops. Let's get it done. All right. See what we got going today. We have that was an accident. We got fix the background. All right. We got Rhode Island and Duquesne starting it off, aka Ducking Knees, aka Ducking Knees Nuts. Duquesne laying 2.5 at home. We got Purdue laying 15.5 on Maryland, fresh off of 3 losses. Do they get their shit together today? We got a good one, man. We got Alabama. Roll Tide Roll out on the road facing the Gators. Chomp. Gators laying 8.5 at home. We got Merrimack versus Sacred Heart. We got Siena versus Canisius. Sanford. Oops, I got the NHL up there. Sanford versus West Carolina. Chattanooga versus Furman. Iowa State versus Kansas State. Let's see. Yeah, we'll go through it. We got Wichita State versus Tulsa, East Carolina versus FAU, TCU versus Colorado, Minnesota versus Penn State, St. Peter's versus Rider, Quinnipiac versus Fairfield, the Gottliebs against Wright State, Marist versus Niagara, Manhattan versus Mount St. Mary's, and Coastal Carolina versus ULM to close out the first slot. That is through to Easter. Brian, what you looking at, my man? How are you feeling?
For me, I'll take the Colorado Buffs plus the 1.5. I think they're getting disrespected at home. Colorado never an easy place to go in and win. They're 9-4 straight up at home. TCU 1-3 on the road straight up. I like TCU, but just not in this spot. Let me see if I can get one more on here. I'll take Wichita's. No, I'm sorry. I'll take Minnesota Golden Gophers on the money line over Penn State. I think Penn State got off to a nice start, but they've been really crapping out. And not that Minnesota's world beaters, but I think they got enough here to handle Penn State on the road. I'll take Minnesota.
All righty, from Brian Bidler to start the day in college hoops. This is Wacky. What you looking at?
Couple I like in this early spot games. Give me the over in that Alabama and Florida game. It opened 173 up to 175. Now I think we get into the 180s there in that one. Not a lot of defense played. That could be almost the first to 100 wins. So give me the over 175.5 in that one. Another one I'm looking at is Purdue. Hey, congrats. 3-7 ATS your last 10, and you're laying 15 out here on the road. 3-3 ATS wise on the road. Too many. I'll take Maryland at home plus the 15.5. You're getting in that one. It's probably a 10, 11 point win for Purdue. They're not going to blow out Maryland on their home court there in that one. So grab the home dog plus the points. And then another one I'm looking at, speaking of home dogs, give me Niagara here plus the 9. Marist played some pretty good hoops, but laying 9 out on the road where they're 4 and 6 ATS wise. Give me Niagara plus the 9. I think they can keep it close if they don't outright Marist there on their home court. It's where they play their better ball. Give me Niagara plus the 9 in that one. A couple I like early.
All righty, from Zawacki to start us off today, man. How you feeling, Jovan?
K-State's in a bad way. It's a lost season for them. Jerome Tang's probably going to get fired after the season. But yet and still, I want to back them in some way. Now, taking them full game, really can't do that. They've been in better spots than this and have collapsed in the second half. But first half, I think you could you could be cooking with some gas with them. Iowa State, sometimes, they found themselves in these road spots and they're, kind of on the struggle bus in the first half, and then they correct themselves. They were undefeated for a long time, but, just looking at the chinks in their armor in game, I think that K-State, given that this is Farmageddon on the court, look for K-State to come alive in the first half. All bets are off in the full game because they could get blasted. They're injury depleted, but I think that they got enough juice to, deal with this rival in the first half. So that's 7.5, plus 7.5. It looks good to me. I would say that and put a slice on the money line as well. We'll get a couple others. As much as I want to back Wichita State, this line I think originally was at 7.5, went to 6.5, and then it's shooting back up to 7.5 in some spots. So I'm gonna be on Tulsa. Tulsa is a strong team within the AAC. In my book, they have had the advantage against Wichita State in past years, but Wichita State is a better team this year. So with all that being said, I do expect a 3 to 4 possession win from Tulsa. Wichita State, they have gotten some love, but I'm not buying it. I'm backing Tulsa in this one. And I'm also on Cleveland State to keep it rolling. They've won and covered their last 3. They're a bad team, but year in and year out, they get the job done in the Horizon. So in conference, they're starting to pick it up a little bit. Going up against a Milwaukee team who, another team who they have had some success in the Horizon in years past, but this year not so much. So look for Cleveland State to keep the job, keep it rolling at plus 8.5. And I wasn't understanding last game against Green Bay, what the love was with Green Bay. I mean, it's the Gottliebs and all that, but the Gottliebs have been getting love this year because they've, been, turning their program around. And then guess what happened? Cleveland State took them behind the woodshed. Not saying they're going to take this team behind the woodshed neither, but the cover is in play. And just on the strength, I'm going to back them on the money line as well.
All right, man. All right. Let's see. What am I looking at here in this first slide in college hoops? If I can get it over there. All right. I'm gonna just tell y'all. I'll just give it when y'all want. Throw y'all a bone. I'm on Purdue. I think Purdue takes Maryland behind that woodshed. Maryland is god awful, like terrible. This is not like the Crab Five that we used to, like and all that. This team is bad. I know Purdue's been struggling. I know they lost 3 straight, and you might be wondering, man, do I really want to lay this big of a number with Purdue in this funk right now? I say yes. I think this is the get right spot. I think they win this game by 20 plus. I think they coast to a solid double-digit win over a bad Maryland team. So that would be the way I would lean in that first game. Florida, Alabama, I would take Alabama plus the points. It's just the same thing I've said all season. I think Florida's overrated and overvalued. I don't think they're as good as a lot of people think they are. I don't think the gap between these two teams is this significant. I think Florida is the better team. I do think they should win this game. I just don't think they should be expected basically to win it by double digits. That's all I'm saying. I think Alabama can come in here, play their style of basketball, and keep this game semi-competitive. And if you're looking to sweat a good team at a great plus money price, I think Alabama at plus 350 is worth a sprinkle if you got the balls for it. So that's just my thoughts on that one.
They go into the swamp and win, Jay. I'll walk down to your house there in Texas.
Alabama's not that bad, man.
They ain't going to beat Gators are the team.
All right. We'll see.
You remind me on Tuesday.
Oh, okay. My Cyclones, man. Y'all know I typically love them much more at home than I do on the road. I left alone my Texas Tech boys yesterday. I did not bet them. I'm so glad I didn't. They lost to UCF. That's just not their spot. And I kind of got that same feeling today. The thing is, Kansas State is ass, trash. I've been saying that all season. They're terrible. I really want to bet Iowa State here. I probably will end up betting Iowa State, but it's not a premium style bet. That's all I'm saying. Like second half, I could really see Kansas State falling apart and Iowa State piles it on. So it will be a lean for me towards Iowa State in that one. And the Gottliebs, man. Everybody been in love with them damn Gottliebs, and I'm going to fade them like I always do. Give me Wright State. Land the 4. Up and over a bucket favorite on the road for good reason, man. So we'll see what ends up happening in that one. All right, that's first slide of the day. We got let's see what else we got. We got Tulane and Memphis battling it out. The Tigers laying 8.5 at home. Milwaukee versus Cleveland State. North Kentucky versus Oakland. Man, oh man, we got a good one. We got Nebraska. Why did I not just do the whole card? I didn't even realize it.
Well, it's good to split it up, because it's a little bit of.
I didn't even realize there was that few games left. Nebraska, Illinois, East Texas State versus Wofford, and Iowa versus Oregon to close it out. Zawacki, how you feeling?
Got to unmute yourself, even though I like it better when you're muted.
The phone's kicked on and it sounded like a freight train, so I muted myself so we didn't have to hear the freight train roll through. But speaking of freight trains rolling through, we'll look at East Tennessee taking on Wofford here in this one. Wrong team favored. I like Wofford here as the home dog here in this matchup. I know East Tennessee's played some pretty good hoops. You look 7-3 last 10, but don't look now. But so is Wofford, 8-2 in their last 10. Both teams 15-7 to start the year. When you look at East Tennessee out on the road, 2-7 ATS-wise, and you're laying points. Wrong team favorite. Give me Wofford on the money line. I think they outright East Tennessee and continue to stay hot. Are the Terriers there? Give me Wofford. Love what I'm seeing from them. They're starting to turn their season around and moving in the right direction. I like Wofford. Favorite play in that slot.
All right, man. From Zawacki. Jovan. Is he back? Yeah. How you feeling?
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Fade Oregon.
Yes,
it's really that simple. I mean, and it's sad because this is a team every year in, year out. They're in competition. Not only to make the big dance, but to go relatively deep into the big dance. Not to say that they have done that, but making it out of the first weekend of the NCAA tournament. Now then, definitely not gonna make it this year. Did they make it last year? I don't even think they did. So it's been a kind of a downhill for this program. Going up against Iowa. Iowa, I like what they've been doing over there since they got rid of McCaffrey. So they play, it's a slower paced style of play. I would be in line for the under as well. So double barrel action for this one. Iowa, back it up with the under.
All righty, man. Word for word, bar for bar, really. That for me, y'all know I've been fading Oregon all season. I've been telling y'all how trash this team is all season long, and I'm just sticking to my guns, man. They're expected to get beat by double digits on their home floor for good reason. It's not too many times you see that, but it's because this team is that bad this year. So I'm fading them, and then. Y'all know what I'm doing, bro. Y'all know I'm on Illinois. Y'all know I am. Y'all know I'm on Illinois. Fuck Nebraska, bro. No. Some would say, Jay, I'm surprised you're not on Nebraska. You're usually always on the hype train. I'm not on this one, though. I'm just not. I don't think they're that good, man. I know y'all been cashing with them. I know everybody in love with them. No, they get beat today. At home, on their home floor, and everybody gonna be sad on Twitter. Can't wait to see it happen. I'm hating today. I'm on Illinois. Illinois playing well, man. I like what I've seen from them, man. Like they check every box for me. They've beaten up on the bad teams. Went on the road, beat Purdue. I think Purdue's better than Nebraska, even though they've been struggling. I still think Purdue better than Nebraska. So. I think a lot of people look at this game as the bounce back spot at home for Nebraska coming off the Michigan loss. No, they lose outright. Give me Illinois. Brian?
This is far from a premium pick for me, but I like Nebraska at home, and I'd never take Nebraska. It's just, Illinois has a hot train running. They've won 11 straight games. I don't like that the line's on in -1.5 Nebraska. I would rather it be a -3.5 or something like that, a little bit higher. I think Nebraska, this is a game where they stick their flagpole in the center court and defend their home court. So I'm going to take Nebraska here in this spot. And if I could go back and take one, I'll take Quinnipiac on the road, laying the 1.5 against the Stags. Quinnipiac hasn't. I think they've only covered one out of the last 6. I just like them this spot against Fairfield, so I'm going to take Quinnipiac.
All righty. Zawacki, Javon, anything y'all might have missed in college hoops before we move on?
Nope, I think I'm good. Nothing I missed.
Javon? Muted. You're muted, by the way.
Give me electric shock for these guys.
Not bad. That's the second day in a row I did that, and I usually don't do that. But anyway, yeah, I'm on the other side with Fairfield. These Sunday NEC, MAAC games, these are the games I try to avoid like the plague. But yeah, no real commentary for this one, but I would be on Fairfield.
You know what has my eyes open, that Fairfield game, Javon, is the +2 at home for a team that's 9-2, coming off of a nice win against Iona, I think. So that for me made me look towards Quinnipiac here because the line didn't look right to me.
No, listen, I could see it both ways. That's why I don't like touching these leagues, these lesser teams, especially on like a Sunday or Thursday or Friday, where they have some good players in these conferences, but it's a lot of it's a lot of players who are iffy, and I see this going down to the wire. So it's for me, it's who's going to hit their free throws late, because you know the whistle's gonna get blown on both sides, and then it's just gonna come down to these players who, you know, it could be an 85% free throw shooting. He's gonna miss the front of a 1-1, you know, and like I saw yesterday, up and down the board, and it hurt me real bad. So I just threw it out there. I could see it going both ways. I will not be touching this game.
All right. That's college hoops, man. That's college hoops, y'all. Let's go to the National Hockey League Association. Let's talk some pucks. Small card over there today, just 3 games. We got the Kings and the Hurricanes, Bruins and the Lightning. And we got the Golden Knights and the Ducks. And I believe I'm up first here. I'm going to take, y'all know where I'm at. I'm on the Ducks. Easy. Easy money. We've already beaten the Golden Knights twice this season, man. Let's do it for a 3rd straight time. A little bounce back game at home. We've been on the road for forever, so we finally back in Anaheim. We're ready to beat up on the Golden Knights. The Golden Knights have lost 4 straight. They just lost at home yesterday to the Kraken. Team's ass. I'm fading them. Taking the Anaheim straight up money line. I would lean, and then in the other 2, I would lean towards the big favorites. I would lean Lightning, stupid, dummy, crazy at home. I would lean Hurricane, stupid, dummy, crazy at home. I probably would parlay them up, honestly. I'll parlay them up. I like all the favorites today in hockey. Hurricanes, Lightning, Ducks. Parlay them all up too. 3-teamer. Birdcage.
For me in this slot here, I'm going to take the Captain Obvious play and take the Ducks. You know, the contrarian me would like to go with Vegas, but I just like Anaheim here defending their home ice. I think it's a good price to get them at, so I'll take Anaheim here.
What you think, Black?
Agree. They're all on the Ducks. Gives the Ducks their rest advantage too. They had a couple days off, and then off rest advantage of a couple days. Ducks are 3-0 in that rest advantage spot at home. They're 9-3 as a home dog. What else do you want to know here about the Ducks? It's just Vegas in the spot back to back, tough. They've already beaten the Vegas Golden Knights a couple times this season as well. I think they just continue their dominance over the over the Knights. We're in agreement there. I'm gonna take Boston here in the outdoor game. Maybe stupid, dumb, and hate crazy at home, but this is played in Raymond James Stadium here in Tampa. So outdoor game is this Boston and the Tampa Bay Lightning game. So just like we see it in the Florida Lightning game, they didn't get the win. They let the Rangers come into town and get the win at a nice plus price. So I'm going to take Boston here, a nice plus price in this outdoor game. It's worth a shot. Anything can happen in these outdoor games. So I'll take a sprinkle at that, especially at that big plus price. Boston's no slouch. They've been playing some pretty good hockey. They are dealing with some injuries here. Couple of their top scorers are out for Boston as well. That's why you're looking at such a big plus price. But Pasternak's still in there, and I think he's their leading guy. So I'll take a shot with Boston. And then the other side of things, I like the over between Carolina and LA. Kings on the back-to-back got themselves a nice little win yesterday. You know what these two teams are head-to-head? 8-0 straight up to the over when they meet. And this is at 5.5. I'll take the over 5.5 between the Kings and Carolina.
All right, y'all. Guess what? That's it, man. From the NHL, we head to our last slot of the day, which is the NBA. 10 games today, man. 10-game card. We start our day with the Bucks out on the road facing the Boston Celtics. Celtics laying 12.5. We got the Nets out on the road facing the Pistons. Pistons laying 13. Got the Bulls and the Heat playing for the 90th millionth time in the last 5 days. Heat laying 4.5. And we got the Kings and the Wizards. Kings laying 2.5 on Washington. Brian, how you feeling?
Oh boy, out of these first four, I'm going to take the Sacktown Kings here laying points. When do you ever see Sacramento laying points on the road, especially since they've how many in a row have they lost? 8 straight losses in a row. They've only covered 2 out of the last 8. Washington's has won 2 out of the last 3. I think people will be tempted into the Washington Wizards here, getting plus points at home. I'll take Sacramento.
Jovan, how you feeling?
I mean, I'm on Detroit. You know, it's not a spot where it's not a favorable spot for them at all. You know, coming off a 3-game road trip, you know, where they went 2-1. You know, now they're back home. You know, spots. I usually love the fade teams when it's an extended road trip. This wasn't so since only 3 games, but with all that being said, you know, the Nets coming off a win against the Bucks. That's really nothing to write home about in my eyes. You know, the Bucks, you know what they're gonna do. They're trying to trade Giannis, so they're in disarray. They're gonna be tanking, you know, if they already haven't. You know, it's just a situation where, and I'll say this, I don't like laying a lot of points with the Pistons. But these are the games where their defense, you know, clamps down. They're one of the best defensive teams in the association. And I could see them holding Brooklyn to a low number, it being a woeful shooting night or shooting day for them. And, you know, the Pistons walking away without much effort, getting a 20-piece in this one. So it'll be Pistons, and this is my extended clip play of the day. I think that's it for the slot.
So, Wacky, what you looking at?
I can't lay 13 points with Boston. Them as a double-digit favorite has not been good. It's just, what are they, 6-19 ATS-wise is a double-digit favorite. So, sure, the Bucks have been in disarray, and everybody's seen that they're in disarray. Nothing like the NBA to let the Bucks get the cover. Celtics win by 9-10 points. I've seen it so many times in the NBA where it's just like, oh, this team's so awful. They're not going to do anything today. And then guess what? They get a cover. So I'll take the Bucks here to get the cover in this one. As I said, 6-19 ATS-wise is the Celtics when they're laying it as a double-digit favorite over the last couple seasons. I can't do that. And then Brooklyn and Detroit, I like the under. I think that's a first to 100 game, slow-paced game. The problem, where's Brooklyn going to get to? I think they get into the not 80, maybe high 80s, maybe 90s. And what does Detroit do? Gets into the hundreds. So for me, I'll grab the under 215.5. This is a first to 100 type game, wins that one. So I'll take the under there. And then, yeah, Bulls, Heat, right back at it again. Right back and forth we go. What kind of schedule is that? You make the team here 3 games in over that stretch. Crazy stretch there. I'll take the over. Give me the over 235.5. I don't think any defense is played in this one on Sunday. I think we cruised into the 240s in that one. Did you include the Utah and Toronto in this spot?
Nah, not in this one.
That's the next one. Okay. That's for the spots.
It was last. All right. For me here, I don't really love this first slot either. I like a lot in the back end. I would lean Celtics in this one. I just think this is one of the best teams in the East versus one of the worst in the West. I mean, in the East, the Bucks. And what I've been saying about Milwaukee is, like, Milwaukee's stock right now is at an all-time low, and I'm not buying it. You know what I mean? Like, I've been saying all season, no Giannis, no Bucks. And so now that he officially wants out of there, like, I haven't liked the supporting cast. Boston at home. They should blow out Milwaukee. They should. Will they is a different question, but I feel like they should. I lean Boston in this one. Pistons, Nets. I just don't have any real thoughts on this game, you know. And that's crazy. Y'all know me. I have a thought on every single game, every single day. But this one, it's like, if I were forced to play it, it would be Pistons. But I'm kind of in the same boat as Jovan, where it's like the Pistons for me are just not a lay 13 style team. You know, like I know they've got some decent ATS numbers. I know they've beaten up on teams this season. Me personally, don't feel comfortable laying 13 with the Pistons. So feels like a 8-9 point win to me is what it feels like. Bulls Heat. I'm just cool on this series. Like, you know, the last 2 games they played have been non-interesting. There's just nothing here that jumps off the page for me in that game. Now, this game, y'all know where I'm at. Every last one of y'all know exactly where I'm at in this one.
Wizards money line.
Money line, of course. Of course, you know where I'm at in this thing. I've been saying it for weeks now. I would take all the bad teams straight up money line over Sacramento. And today I'm putting my money where my mouth at. That's it. That's all I'm doing. That's all I'm doing. I told you I would take the Wizards money line, the Nets money line, the Pacers money line, the Bucks money line. Who else? Who's a bad team? I would take the money line over the Kings. I genuinely believe they are the worst team in the NBA. Wizards have looked all right this week. I think it's a good spot for them to get a win. Fuck the Kings, respectfully.
I think the sports books are telling you that the Wizards are the worst team in the league.
They wrong. I think, you know, the Kings still have more talent than the Wizards, quote unquote, but hard work beat talent when talent don't work hard, man. And we for sure know the talent ain't working hard in Sacramento. So we'll see what happens, man. Let's keep rolling. We got the Raptors and the Jazz. Raptors laying 10.5 in this one. We got the Spurs laying 5.5 on the Orlando Magic. And we got the Knicks laying 4 on the Lakers. Good little 3-game slot. Jovan, how you feeling?
Oh, hold on real quick. I got to switch up something. Yeah, so one thing about, and I like what the NBA is doing with the the Sunday night basketball, taking a page out of Sunday night football.
Can't wait to see that tonight. Me too.
Yeah, so that's a hell of a thing. But I've been seeing some Knicks love, and I don't know if I'm exactly buying it. I'm gonna get involved in this game one way or another, whether that's a prop, something like something like that. As far as the side, I think I'm gonna back the Lakers in this one. I know the Knicks are coming out of their NBA Cup fog and all that good stuff. But listen, the stars rise to the occasion when they come to MSG. Opponents, that is. So with the combination of Luka and LeBron James. What is this the last time we see LeBron James in MSG? I don't know, because I'm not exactly sure if he's going to be back for another season. So with all that being said, I like this to be a 1-possession game late and see what happens. I want my money on the dog here.
There you go, from Jovan Burks, man. Zawacki, how you feeling?
All right, this time block one I'm looking at here. I'm going to take the Raptors to kick the crap out of the Utah Jazz. This isn't a good spot for the Jazz at all coming into Toronto. Toronto's pretty healthy here in this spot and dominant over the Utah Jazz. They beat up on the bad teams. That's what the Raptors have been doing. Teams that getting outscored by their opponents by 6+ points. Over the last couple seasons is the spot where the Raptors kick the crap out of squads. I think they beat them by 20+. I'm going to lay. Here's my extendo. Give me the Raptors minus 19.5 at a plus 305. I think they kick the crap out of the Jazz here in this spot. Just not a good spot for Utah coming up to take on the Raptors. Blowout here on Sunday. Nothing like the hometown crowd going home happy. And let's get a nice 20+ point win with the Raptors. I'm going the other way. I got to take the Knicks here in the spot. I can't trust the Lakers here. What is this? Their 11th day out on this East Coast road trip. Maybe if this game was at the beginning of the road trip, I might want to get on the Lakers to keep this close, but not the way the Knicks are playing. Back end of a long. This is what, the 11th day of this road trip. Knicks win. Big. They're ready to kick the crap out of the Lakers and be like, you guys came in. I believe last year they came in. The Lakers did come in with La Floppy going and got the win. Yeah, it was 128-112 back there last year. And that's when everybody was all celebrating the last. Let's hoorah! I think Jay was actually on the Lakers in that game last year, on the last hoorah of LeBron coming in, because we weren't sure if he was coming back this year or not. He will play, but what did he score last time? I took his under point total. I'll take his under point total again. They always keep putting his point total up way too high, thinking he's going to score 30 in the game. I think it was 23.5 last game. He scored 20. I'll take the LeBron under, and I'll take the Knicks to crap out of the Lakers here in this one on Sunday.
All righty. I would lean Raptors as well. The Jazz is just not in good form right now. You get beat at home by the Nets. Utah, the Jazz weren't playing well at home, so now taking them on the road in Toronto, I'm cool. Raptors are head and shoulders the better basketball team. They should flood Utah in this one. I'm taking the Magic. Oh. Orlando Magic. Oh. Play the damn theme song, man. I thought it was a great night for them last time we saw them. The Magic, man, I'm telling y'all, bro. I'm telling y'all right now, man. Get you some futures on Orlando. Like, this team is going to be one of the best teams in the league second half of the season. Injuries have really derailed their first half of their season, man. But this is one of the deepest teams in the league. And, man, I think they got something for San Antonio today. The Magic got the rest advantage. San Antonio's on the back end of a back-to-back with travel. Plus, they're leaving Charlotte. This game got delayed because of the snowstorm going on in Charlotte right now. So the Spurs, I don't even know if they left out of Charlotte yet. So I wish Wayne was here to show y'all outside how bad it is in Charlotte. It's crazy out there in Charlotte. That's why the game got moved up yesterday. So it's just a bad travel spot for the Spurs, man. Magic playing well. Magic have kind of found a good form. I think it's a great spot to attack a nice plus money price. But if you're not greedy, man, I just think you should grab the points here with Orlando. I think defensively they're going to cause San Antonio some issues. San Antonio also looked sluggish yesterday. You know, we cashed money line with the Hornets yesterday. I think we can cash money line with the Magic today as well. And Lake Show and the Knicks. Oh, shit. I've been on the Knicks all season long, especially in the Garden, man. The Knicks have elevated themselves this season into going stupid, dummy, crazy at home. They're now, 17-8 ATS at home this season. Fading them in the Garden has not been fun. It's actually been fun if you've been riding with them. We've been cashing like nobody's business. They went through a stretch right after winning, or they went through that stretch right after the what am I talking about? The in-season tournament. That's what it was. After leaving Vegas, they went through a stretch where they just weren't covering anything. They looked terrible. But they're out of that. And the reason was Josh Hart missed an extended amount of time. Josh Hart has come back into the lineup, and the Knicks have looked like one of the best teams in the league again. Flooded pretty much everybody in their path. The Lakers, the problem is, man, this is an extended road trip for them. But man, Sunday night basketball, the first one. Dun, 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 dun. Like, man, LeBron probably his last time in the Garden, man. I don't want to fade the Knicks, but I got to fade the Knicks. I'm on the Lake Show Lakers, baby. Y'all knew that, though.
I thought you were going to say money line. I was just waiting.
I am. Money line. I'm taking all right.
You're not winning in Madison Square Garden.
Money line. That's where I'm at, man. So I'm just telling you, that's where I'm at, man. Can't wait to sit back and watch this game tonight. When was the last time NBC did Sunday night basketball? When was the last time?
Long time. Man.
Yeah, so I don't.
Well, I mean, So they never had a Sunday night basketball per se back in the days. It was, back then they were showing games in the afternoon.
Yeah,
afternoon. It was afternoon weekend games. If it was the finals or the playoff games, if they had night games, they play in there. But even then, you had a lot of afternoon playoff games. So it wasn't really a thing having games at night unless it was a weekday game. If it was a weekday game, and this is going back to CBS and then NBC, you would catch nighttime games in the playoffs, finals especially, at 9 o'clock at night. I could run down the schedule. Well, Sunday night, Thursday night, like that's how it would round up. As far as
I'm excited for this tonight. Like, I ain't been this excited in a minute. I don't know. Like, I like the presentation of things, and NBC always does it right. Like, I love Sunday Night Football, so I know I've liked the presentations NBC has done this year already in some of their games. So I know they're gonna go up above and beyond for this presentation for these two games today. I just can't wait to sit back and watch them.
With the networks, the regular networks, they've always done it right. Doesn't matter what station it's on, whether it's NBC, ABC, or like I said back in the days with CBS, they all do it, generally speaking, the right way. They have the right people in place, to present the games. The broadcasting is usually spot on. As far as I'm concerned, I don't nitpick about certain things. I loved it when Mark Jackson and Van Gundy were with Mike Breen. I love that combination, but yeah, NBC, they're doing a pretty good job.
Fair enough, man. Fair enough. Zawacki, Brian. Sorry, it's Brian.
I almost forgot. Yeah, I agree with what Jay said. I think Orlando Magic it's been time to buy in on them. And San Antonio Spurs, like I've been saying yesterday, they're the cool team to bet. We saw them get beat by Charlotte. Orlando in another good situation, you're getting points. San Antonio has Oklahoma City Thunder on deck next. So, I think a lot of things working against the Spurs add on to that travel with the snow. So I like Orlando. But I'm going to lean towards the Knicks here. I'm not going to lay the points. I mean, if you had a gun to my head, I had to pick this game. I'd take the Knicks minus the points.
You be hating on my Lakers.
Lakers are on their, 7th or 8th straight road game. This is a big game here for New York. I'd be shocked if they lost it. Maybe the Lakers would get the cover, but I think the Knicks get the W.
Give me Luka for 40.
Oh, everybody's gonna have Luka.
I feel like I've seen him do pretty much everything, but have that moment in the Garden. So today, in the Garden, NBC, the whole world watching. Give me Luka for 40. Like,
what's his over under for points today? What are they expecting?
Let me see.
He always has a high total because he averages 33. So
over under player points. Here we go.
It's
32 and a half. It's 32 and a half. So I'll take the under 32 and a half from minus 118.
I'm going over. Yeah, I'm going over. He's going for 40.
Listen, it all depends on how engaged he is for this one because he comes out the gate on fire usually, and then he kind of coasts through the second half a lot of times, unless he's feeling it, but maybe you want to first quarter, Luka come right out the gate, drops a 15 piece.
Wouldn't shock me. Like I said, he just had triple double in the first half last game. He just did that. So
he can only drop 40 on the bad teams. You look at what Luka dropped the last 40 that he did was against the Bulls, and they don't play any defense. And then the last time he dropped 40 plus was against the worst team in the league, you said, which was the Kings. The last two times that Luka dropped 40. This is the Knicks. He's not dropping 40. I'm with Biddler. Give me under here in this one.
That's fair. I'm not mad at y'all. I'm mad at that. My man, Austin Reeves is game time decision for this one. So
Yeah, of course.
But
You're
when you're looking at Luka, see, it's different with him being on the Lakers as opposed to Dallas. Because with Dallas, it was him, it was his team. He called the shots. So if he wanted to pass the ball all game, that's what he was going to do. If he wanted to shoot all game, that's what he was going to do. And not to say he won't do that with the Lakers, but when it comes down to the fourth quarter, a couple games ago, it might have been last game, where it looked like he was going to have a big game. He had 27 at the end of 3. I think I had him for 35 plus, and on a parlay or something, waiting for it to cash. That's all I needed was him. He ended up with 33 points. That was the game that Hachimura got busy. They came back. What was it, last week, Jay? Something like that. That game where they came back. It was a comeback win for the Lakers. That game, and he didn't go off. I thought he would have went off. He didn't. It's just one of those things where he has other guys that are ready to shoot and won't defer to him. So, that's how I look at it.
If you look today, his points and rebound, like points and assist number, is 3.5 points lower than what it has been. So I don't know, something just.
I'm just saying, man. For me, the way I'm looking at it is they still got my man in second place in the MVP voting. So it's gonna take an MVP game for an MVP man. I'm just telling y'all, he one of them. And so it don't get no bigger than Sunday in the Garden against the Knicks. So I mean, y'all know I'm rocking with my guy every time, every day of the week.
Then there's a LeBron factor.
What
kind of game is he gonna want to play?
True.
I don't know. I can see it both ways.
So I'm not mad at nobody. And like I said it a minute ago, fading the Knicks in the Garden, not fun. Like it's not. I've been with them more often than not this season. So we'll see how this one play out. I can't wait to watch this game tonight, man. I can't wait. All right, let's close it out, man. We got some more good games to close out tonight, man. It's a really good Sunday card. And we got Clippers and the Suns. I wish Book was playing. He out though, but still a good game. Dylan Brooks. What the hell done happened to him? Who done possessed that man? I think he done got the ball from the Monstars or somebody powers because he been open. He looking like Oregon Dylan Brooks, man. Suns +1 at home. We got the Cavaliers laying 3.5 on the Blazers. And the other Sunday night NBC game, got the Oklahoma City Thunder Buddies laying 8.5 on the Denver Chicken Nuggets. Total 222.5, man. Zawacki, I believe it's you.
Tough slot. I'd have to lean to the Nuggets at home plus the points. Give me the 8.5 here. Okay, see, you look what they've done to start the year. They was actually lights out. Everybody was like, whoa, crown them already. Look at that. The champs. And then look what they've done in the last few. They've come back down to earth as OKC. So I like the Nuggets, even with Joker out. They've been next man up, rolling along. It just shows how deep in depth this Nuggets team really is. So you're going to give me 8.5 at the home dog. I'll take it.
He's game time decision, and I see probable.
Probable, right? So quick, get that 8.5 because if he's the last time that he was probable and they didn't know it, it dropped from what was it? I believe 6.5, 7.5 down to 2.5. So get on this early. I don't even care if he doesn't play. I'll still take the Nuggets here plus the 8.5. And then speaking of Dylan Brooks, his last 4 games have been absolutely money. So I'll just keep continuing to bet his point total over. It's a 22.5. He's got over that in 4 straight. And then his points and assists number. Books just can't put this high enough, and they haven't. His points and assists. So his points are at 22.5, and he's hit 26 points, 40 points, 27 points against some pretty good teams. 40 points against Detroit was damn good, and then 27 points against the Cavs squad that's picked up their play. So. Love that there. And then throw in his points and assists because it's only 2 more. He only needs 2 assists. That's a 24.5. Love both of those. I think he crushes them there in that one. The only way I want to go. I would lead to the Suns as well. I don't like the Clippers out on the road.
I'm on the Suns, man. I'm fading Brian's beloved Clippers. He loved the Clippers, and I'm fading them.
Big mistake.
The thing is for me is this is probably not a premium. It's not a premium style game. For me, but man, bro, the Suns be cashing like nobody's business. Aren't they still the number one ATS team in the league? Let me just double check that right quick. I believe they are. Like, no book, no problem. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Let me see. Yeah, Phoenix still number one, 33-16. They've covered in 68% of their games this season. Clippers, they started the season off terrible. They're just back to 500, 23-24. I would say they are the better team right now because the Suns are banged up, but that don't mean I trust them laying points on the road. If this game was in LA, for sure, I would be on the Clips, for sure. But on the road, I just can't. So I'm taking Phoenix. I'm just telling y'all my thoughts. You know what I mean? So it would be a lean towards the Suns for me in that one. I just told y'all the Suns are the best ATS team in the NBA. You know who's the worst? It's a tie. It's a tie. Cleveland and Sacramento. Trash ass. Dead tie for the worst ATS teams in the league. They're both 19-31 ATS, only covered in 38% of their games. Cleveland banged up in this one on the road. I'm taking the Cavs. I think this line's short for a reason. It's a good bounce back spot for Portland at home, coming off a couple of losses. We've already seen Portland beat Cleveland in Cleveland this season, so I think they have a legitimate chance to do so at home today. Just continuing to fade the Cavs. That's all I'm doing. Continuing to fade them. They could win this game, and I'll be just fine. I'm getting up and over a bucket in my back pocket with Portland. So I think it's a good place to be, but I'm not mad at nobody attacking the plus money with Portland in this spot. And last game of the night, man. Oh, shit. Oh, my. Oh, my. Oh, man. I've gone back and forth on this game, bro. I can make a really good argument for both sides. Ultimately, taking the Nuggets, man. They go stupid, dummy, crazy at home at the crib, man. I know, man. This could be the wake-up game for Oklahoma City, coming off of a couple of losses. I still believe they're the best team in the NBA. Y'all know they're my favorite money-making team, but there's this thing that I have called the DNB, and man, Oklahoma City.
You got to rip that sucker up and toss it away.
I
can't have a do not bet list.
The Thunder right now are on that list. And man, mama, that man, he's back. He is back, bro. And fading him in Denver, laying multiple possessions on that man and this team in Denver. I don't care who it is you're asking for.
How sure are you that he's going to play tonight, just based on the line? I know it says that he's likely to play. I don't buy that bullshit.
He's probable right now. I mean, knowing him, bro, there's no way in hell he sit out for this game, bro. There's no way in hell. And I honestly think the Nuggets got a legitimate chance to win this game outright, man. The Thunder are not in good form. The Thunder kind of remind me, remember when Boston did this shit last year? Like, they won the chip. They were dominant the year they won the chip all season long. And then the next season, they were laying big numbers, even in spots. And we were like, all right, yeah. And they would lay a couple eggs. It's just championship hangover, overrated, overvalued. This line shouldn't be no damn 8.5. I get it. The Nuggets are still banged up. No Gordon, no Braun. But mama, that man on the floor, the best player in the league, Nikola Jokic. And I think Oklahoma City continues to struggle a little bit. I'm taking the Thunder plus the points in the last and final game of the night. Brian, how you feeling?
I recorded a video last night for the Denver Nuggets at plus 4.5. Now it's up to 8. I mean, I think that I'm reversing course here. I like the Oklahoma City Thunder. I think the line tells you what you need to know. Thunder have played a few poor games in a row. Jokic's going to play, but how much of 100% is he? I don't know. This line doesn't look right to me, so I'm going to go Thunder. And then I like the Portland Trailblazers plus the points. Cleveland's just not a good cover team overall. Blazers have lost a couple. You're getting some value with them. I think Portland plus the points.
And Jovan, close us out today, man. How you feeling?
Yeah, I'm on the other side with the Cleveland Cavaliers. I know they're not a good ATS team this season. Got beat up pretty badly in that last game of theirs, lost by 13, and it was even uglier than that. Sloppy performance, turnovers. Kenny Atkins is not happy with these guys, and I think they'll clean some things up in this one and get the dub, bounce back. Portland, a 4-game losing streak. Albion is having back issues. He is showing on the court. Yeah, I'm on the Cavaliers.
All righty. Guess what, y'all? That's it. That's all. We did it. Covered everything under the sun. College hoops, NHL, and the NBA. Money making Sunday. Our favorite plays are over at Pick Dawgz Premium. Brian B. Great numbers over the last 12 months. What you got going on today over at Pick Dawgz Premium?
No, winning day yesterday, cashing my titanium on the Indiana Pacers. I got another NBA titanium today, 87 and 50, 64% winners, last 137, ranked number 1 in the NBA for profit. Catch that play or get the private players 3-pack. That's it's going to be 1 NBA, 2 college basketball, $50 at pickdawgz.com, or team me out with any one of these guys and have a great 2-for-1, 3-for-1 capper special.
Hop on Brian B. Continue to kick the crap out of the books. Jovan, what you got going on today?
Yeah, it's a bounce back Sunday on this side. Bad day yesterday, but got some games going in college basketball that I think is going to be hit. It's just situational spots that I particularly love. 6-0 right now. Most likely we have a 7 because I'm touching that Nebraska-Illinois game. I just wanted to check out something real quick. Some injuries. It's kind of hard to, get injury information in college basketball. Even worse than the NBA, if you believe that one. But nevertheless, I also will have some NBA basketball, on the board as well. We'll be touching the biggest games tonight in that one. So jump on board.
I'm with Jovan Burks, man. Continue to kick the crap out of the books. Zwack, what you got going on?
And for me, 1 and 2 day in college, so bounce back day there. I got a 3-pack in college basketball. I absolutely love that 3-pack to bounce back here on the Sunday. And then my best bet of the day is in the NBA. We've been rolling along. We hit it yesterday with Charlotte, so looking to continue to stay hot. We're hitting about 61% on a nice 25 and 16 run there in the NBA. So scoop that up. That's my best bet of the day is in that NBA action. So if you scoop that up or hey, take advantage, 2-for-1, 3-for-1. Pair us all up. Let's have a nice big winning Sunday together over Pick Dawgz Premium.
There you go. Hop on with Zwacky, man. Let's kick the crap out of the books. For me today, money making Sunday. It's been a really good week for me, man. I've turned profit, man. It's been a good month. It's a great start to the year, and it's a new month, man. New month, new goals, new opportunities. I'm just looking to start February off on the right foot. Tonight I got 5 plays in total as of right now, 4 in the NBA, 1 in college hoops. So you can scoop up something long-term, get everything that I'm offering. You scoop up the best bet. I'll likely have a 3-pack up here momentarily, or you can pair me up with one of the guys, man. So just looking to keep my momentum rolling forward, man. Just looking to keep it rolling, man. Y'all know what time it is. It's parlay time. Parlay. Brian, what you parlaying up?
I'm going to parlay up the Portland Trailblazers plus the points, Nebraska Cornhuskers on the money line, and the under in the Luka 32.5.
There you go. Jovan, what you parlaying?
K-State first half, Cleveland State. You could do that spread or money line either way. So if it's a parlay, money line parlay, make it that or spread parlays. Choice is yours. I will be on Iowa. Match that up with, matter of fact, same game parlay. If you could get it, Iowa and the under in that game.
There you go. From Jovan. Zwacky, what you parlaying?
We're gonna put in the Ducks. We're gonna put in the Knicks, and take the over in the Magic Spurs game. 3-teamer for everybody.
All right. From Zwacky. Let me see. I'm gonna cook up a mega parlay. I ain't done one of these in a minute. Hold on. I want to get y'all the odds and everything because this is gonna be one of them ones. Let me see. All right. I'm going. What is this? A 6-teamer? Yeah. 6-teamer. Yeah, ready? We're going to start in hockey. Tampa Bay money line, Carolina money line. I trust both of them. All right. I trust them both. Phoenix, best money making team in the league. Fuck the Clippers, respectfully. We're also going to take we're going to take Alabama against Florida. We're going to take Illinois against Nebraska. And then last but not least, we're going to take the Los Angeles Lake Show Lakers straight up on the money line in the Garden, man. We either going to get rich today or, we just missed a parlay. So we'll see what happens. It's a lot going on there. But I ain't got nothing going on this Sunday, so might as well sweat a nice little 6-leg parlay. Cash it with me if you want to. Let's see. I ain't got nothing else for y'all, though, man. No final words. We'll be back tomorrow, as we always are. Brian, you got any final words for today?
Chomp, chomp. Go Gators.
Jovan, any final words?
Let's make this a fabulous Sunday, and next weekend will be Super Bowl Sunday.
Yes, it will, man. We'll be talking the Super Bowl next Sunday right here on this show. Probably should have some content about it coming up over the week as well, so be on the lookout for that. So, Wacky, any final words?
Hey, making a winning day. Looking forward to it. That's some pretty good games today. Without any football. So, hey, I'm looking forward to the slate. We had a massive one yesterday, and it was all right, but I think today is a better card of games. Definitely money-making wise, it is. Looking forward to it. Time to trust the books. Let's get it, everybody. Start the new month. Happy February. Can't believe we rolled right on through January already. Where'd that month go? Wow.
Closer to the springtime. That's what I look for.
That's exactly what it is. Yeah.
On the horizon, man. Hey, we'll be capping baseball before we know it. So be on the lookout, man. See y'all tomorrow. Make it a winning day. We out of here.